end of it. Even though conditions may be tapering off now, there is still more to come, which will have an even greater impact on those areas already seeing some flooding.
Yeah, and I was just off camera trying to put some of these totals together for you real quick. So Collinswood Elementary, and this actually just officially moved because it's updating, I think, on the 5-minute observations. 5 inches of rain has fallen this morning alone at Collinswood Elementary. There's also a meter in Uptown showed 4.36 inches, and Camp Thunderbird around Thiel Creek, that's a YMCA, 4.85 inches. So we're seeing anywhere from about 4 to 5 inches of rain that's fallen over the last 24 hours. But really, I can narrow that down to specifically this morning. And that's the main reason why we're under all these flash flood warnings, and we'll continue to do so. These are not ones that are just going to wind down and all of a sudden, hey, we're done. Because I think that we're going to see that ongoing flooding and the potential, I would say, over the next couple of hours. Now, here's the good news. Check out what's happened in the near term. We've really seen this rain back off to the west. Now we're still seeing some moderate rain that is keeping the meters a little bit higher, but a lot of those streams that are starting to hit their crests are starting to come down a little bit. Now the highest one that I've seen is actually the Little Sugar Creek that was right around Arrowwood Road. So that was the one that I was seeing the highest, and that was really starting to crest to about 12.5 feet, the last crest that I saw. And the last time that we did that was actually earlier in June. So this is not a complete anomaly, but many of these locations along the Sugar Creek Greenway, the monitoring for this area didn't really happen until the early 2000s. I was seeing some of the higher values that they have recorded since the year 2005. So it really just shows how big of an event this was, and also the more concrete that we've been putting down around Charlotte. I think we're going to see a lot more stories like this going forward. Here is the flash flood a warning that's actually a considerable one now for the Charlotte area. Now, again, I'm happy to say that I think the peak, the crest, has already happened. So things are likely on the way down. We've already seen confirmed reports for a few locations. Now, all this water flows downhill into one spot. So even though one area might be improving, it doesn't mean that we're completely out of the woods. You still have a lot of fast-moving water active across the area. What's going to happen, though, and even though our models aren't picking up really well on this, I'm just going to let you know the way that these systems usually go down. Here's what's happened over the last hour. This system is pushing its way off towards the east. It's kind of had its own mind that is now developed a line of thunderstorms down in South Carolina, right, pushing into Florence, and this will continue to glide right along Interstate 74. But then behind here, this main batch of rain is going to take its time getting here, but will arrive a little bit later on in the evening. So I'm going to choose my best model that I think is going to represent what exactly is happening here to kind of give you a perspective of where we're going from here. So not all the time are these going to be completely on the accurate side. So see this at 4 o'clock. I think it's a little bit behind. So I think what's going to happen is this rain that you're seeing here by about midnight, we were just in the impact studio, so I wasn't able to grid adjust. This is honestly, I think, the rain that you're going to potentially see as early as 8 o'clock. So I think it's really by the time the sun is setting that we might have a little bit of a break by the late afternoon heading into the early evening. Then you're going to have more showers and thunderstorms. That's not a lot of time to recover. Now, a lot of these streams that are at 1 foot that went up to 12 feet will come likely back down to where they were. But look at how widespread the rain gets. And I think that this likely is going to be the case and scenario right around midnight or so. So we're really about 4 hours off, I think, on this data. But then that's going to continue through the morning time. So we're looking at another wet morning commute. And whenever it's day 2 of flooding or day 2 of heavy rain, it could be even worse. So even though we only have a low threshold for an outlook for flash flooding, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to have to stay weather alert for tomorrow just for the second coming of this rain. So our model's a little bit off. This rain system just kept on feeding itself. That's why it became so vast. And I want to show you the last 12 hours. I think it's really impressive here with this rain, how it completely just spread out. So even just over the last 6 hours, look at this second band of rain that moved through. This is what really amplified. So yes, we are about to hit a break. Things are starting to wind down, but that second area of rain is going to impact us a little bit later on. So I want us all to stay weather alert even though we're about to take a break, be able to get some things done, just letting you know this evening we do have another round that potentially could lead to some more flooding or even some flash flooding. Today is also not a great day, 71 degrees. By the way, did you know that's the average high October 21st? And we might not even reach that point. That little break's going to help us out a little bit, but we're mainly going to remain right where we are at right now, the mid to the upper 60s. So that's almost closer to Halloween to early November compared to what we have. So it's near record cold high for today. And then we also have some record sights as far as those streams are going. More rain tomorrow, high still in the lower 70s. Luckily, rain starting to wind down as we head into the weekend and those temperatures start to ramp back up. We'll continue to keep you updated as this flash flooding is still ongoing. Again, those flash flood warnings for York County and Mecklenburg County go until 4:30, 4:45, and then 4:15 across our area. So stay weather alert. We'll continue to keep you updated. We'll be right back after the break.